So DJ, if you just tell us what you haven't done today.
Just the sides, from the zero, the back, then it's a wee bit up the top.
Great. So I'm going to do a zero at the back and sides and a wee bit off the top. So I'll do a longer layer at the top here, so that'll be under the triangular category. So I'll cut it shorter here and letting the length come at the front, because DJ likes to kind of brush it to the side. And what I'm going to do at the side is I'm going to start off with a 2. I'm going to take the 2 up quite high. Then I'm going to take my number 2 guard off and I'm going to put the 1 on. I'm going to take my 1 to about here. Then I'm going to saturate that line and I'm going to do the same with the 0. But I'll talk you through that as I get there. So I'm going to start off with my number 2 guard, because I always work high and then work down to low. It really helps me saturate and blend the line. And what I'll do is I'll spin this chair round as I work so that you guys can see everything that I can see. When I'm doing my client's hair as well, I do tend to pull the skin a lot, so you'll see me manipulating the skin, and this really helps me blend too. Okay, here we go with the number 2 guard, and I'm putting that right into the client's scalp. I'm using my comb as well, just to lift that hair up. And on DJ, I always like to go above the occipital bone here with my number 2 guard. But I don't go up and over the crown area, because this takes away the balance of the haircut. And again, I'm not going up and over that parietal ridge. See where I'm staying here? I'm not going up and over into that round of the head. And again at the neckline, I'm going against the grain here. I'm just going over, making sure I'm getting all those little strands. Notice how when I get to the top, I'm flicking my wrist. That actually helped me blend that line already. Okay, now I work with my number 1. So I put my number 1 guard on and I put it to half. So it's 1.5. Then I take it up just about a centimetre below my line. Here we go. Again, flicking my wrist away, making sure if you want you can hold your comb here so that you don't go higher. That can help you. I'm just making sure I'm not going up to that number 2 line. I'm not going right up there. I'm going just below it. And I'm always working from the middle out the way. I work from the middle and then work my way to each side. And this may seem like more work, but this way I'm doing much less blending, because I'm blending as I go. At different bits around the head, you'll see me really pulling. Sorry, I just stuck my finger in my gent's ear. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put these right up. And now I'm going to work so I'll work to here with my 2, work to here with my 1.5, and then I'm going to work to just below that with my 1. So I'm going round about here, right on DJ's occipital bone here. from the middle, working my way up into the sides. You can clearly see I'm only coming to about here. And this is so nice actually cutting on a head for you guys instead of a doll's head. Just been unfortunate with COVID at the moment, we've not been able to get more models in. Right, now I'm going to take my guard completely off, put my blade like this, so this is the longest zero, and now I'm going to go just below where I took that number 1 guard. So I'm going to go just below that occipital bone and follow my imaginary line round the head. Okay, so round about here. Here we go. Really make sure you get all those wee tiny strands. I just find this way really eases the blending. It makes it so much easier for you, rather than creating a line and then blending the line out. This is just a nice easy way to do that. As you progress and as you have more and more practice, absolutely you can start off by making your line first with your zero. So what I would do as well, if I wanted to foil razor this, I would work the way I'm doing, and then I would do my foiling at the very end. And I'm really manipulating that skin there, just tidying up the sideburns. Really saturating there, making sure there's no lines. Remember, I've still got 1 stage shorter to go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is put it up as short as it'll go. Final phase. And I'm not following any distinct line, but I know roughly where I've went with my half, my 0 half. So I'm not going up as high as that. I'm staying about 1 centimetre below that. It's all about just saturating the line. That's all my mind's set on. My mind's just set on getting this haircut and saturating that, making sure there's no lines in it at all as I work. Now I'm going to go back to somewhere in between the long and the real short, and I'm just going to rub over my line. I'm just pulling at the skin. I'll put my comb down here so you can see. I'm just lifting that and I'm just rubbing that over the skin. To really help saturate that line. And then I'll go half again. And that's just my insurance policy. Again, I'll go somewhere in between. And I'm just looking all the time. I'm looking just to make sure that there's no lines. And anytime I see a line, now I'm going to go to the long again. And just really saturate that. On these sides, I'll put my one back over and just get rid of this, and then I'll do a little bit of scissor over comb here. And as I say, if I was using my foil razor, I would go over round here with my foil now, after I've created this nice graduation. And I'm always looking, I'm always checking the head, I'm stepping away, I'm looking for lines. I can still see a line here and I can see a line here, but I'm going to cut the top of this hair in a wee minute, so I'm not worried about this line at the top. It's just this area here I want to blend. So again, I'm just putting my one back on and I'm just rubbing that over, just really saturating any lines I see. That's just on my mind all the time. Get rid of the line, get rid of the line. And I'm using a flexible wrist. And it takes time. And as I say, I'll go over that wee bit of scissor over comb, these sides.